Right, video 4. We're actually going to do some AI. Right, so if you remember, I just set the recast distance to 250, and my recast object I'm going to place wherever it is in the middle of my scene at 250, which should be smack in the middle of my terrain. F does something. Control Z, I don't know what I did there. Seem to set it back. 250. Enter. F for zoom in. Yeah, it's on the deck. Right, so let's just create. No, we're not. Layers to include. I'm going to untick these except that ignore recast, and my layer, which I've put the terrain on, which the terrain is of that layer, I believe. It's not. It is now set. So my terrain is on that layer terrain. My recast is including the layer terrain, so got to cook it. It stops on 50% doing something. I don't know why. If it's too long, I'll just speed it up on the video when I produce it. It's crunching through it, and a nav mesh is really just a basic terrain made of blocks that has whether you can navigate with them. And the way you look at it is you tick this box here and you get, it's a little bit daunting at first, but what this is a load of squares which are sort of saying you can go in all 4 directions on there, but over near this cliff edge you can't go. You can only go where the arrows are. So if we have a look, it looks like you can walk around on top of here, but you can never get up there. Or the AI can't get up there. So the best thing to do with this is create some AI and see how it navigates around it for starters. So I'm going to select my deer mob. This is where it's going to get dodgy because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to create with my deer selected a behaviour tree mind that adds tons of stuff to it. That adds a rain agent to it. It's got some stuff, and in here it's got a mind. I'll zoom in a bit. It's got mind, it's got a collider for obstacles, it's got a path manager. Now what I haven't done with my recast is give it a file name. So I'm going to call it nav terrain. Select that, copy it, go back to my path manager. It's going to use a navigation grid and the file name is paste. So now the path manager knows it's going to be using the nav grid to get around. And the sensor, for a sensor I'm going to create it's got a sensor attached. This focus of attention, I must tell you this because I've been stuck with this for hours today. It used to be that this expanded out and it was one of those like arrays where you increase the number and add another element. It's not like that anymore, even though sort of Aerodonis says that in a video. It used to be like that. You don't do it like that anymore, so don't bother about that. What we're interested in is in sensations, and I'm going to use smell. Smell as a sensation. That was basically my DNL smells things of a certain distance. So it knows it's using the path manager. It's got a sense of smell, and it's got a mind. So I'm gonna go to the behaviour tree editor, which I've actually got stuck down here, and create a new behaviour tree. I'm going to call it BT. Seems to be a standard name. BT ear. So it's created a sequencer node. I don't want to go into explaining what all these are. Time just goes so fast when you're making these videos. I'm going to right click and I'm going to create an action, and I'm going to call it action detect. I'm going to call it detect grass. Then I'm going to go to my grass and I'm going to make this an aspect, olfactory aspect, which is smell, to you and me. And I'm going to give it a name of grass smell. And the sensation is smell. So now we can go back to our thing, and we can do the sensor is actually the deer itself. So we're going to put that mob deer in there. The aspect is I cut and paste everything, therefore never spell anything wrong. And the aspect is grass smell, and it sets a variable here when it's succeeded, when this actual leaf node has succeeded. So I'm going to have a variable called found underscore grass. I can't remember if I set it there or not. We'll just leave that for now. So I'm going to add another leaf node called debug, my favourite one, and I'm going to call it debug found grass. No, detect grass, smell grass. It throws out a message in a console, so I'm going to put I smell grass, return success. This variable in here, found grass, I'll leave that for now. So if we run this now, I'm going to sit on the mob so we can see its expanding box thing run. Run it and nothing happens whatsoever. Not a sausage. I'm just going to check this stuff. So I've got a mob. I have a feeling I attached the behaviour tree to the mind, is it? Yeah, the behaviour tree file name, which I called BT something, BTD it. Gonna have to type it in. How bad is that? Maybe over here somewhere. AI, resources, behaviour trees, copy. Go to the mind. Put the behaviour tree file name there. The root is going to be called root. Oh, we've got an activation manager. Generate an activation manager. An activation manager. Right, now we should cook it, see what happens. Right, it says I smell grass. I didn't see the expanding box sensor though. Go out. There we go. And then it goes, I smell grass. So it's done my little debug thing. So we go back to the BT editor and create another root node. Not a root node, I'm right clicking to open that, by the way. Another action, move. Yeah, there's probably an error there somewhere. So I'm going to move to grass, I'm going to call it. This has got a precondition. Move target, which is a variable, and the variable is, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this video here because it's 12 minutes now, and I'll carry on from where I leave off.